Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Inside Unreal, a weekly show where we learn, explore, and celebrate everything Unreal. I am already out of breath. I tried to do that in one go, and it just wasn't working out for me. I am your host, Tina, and today with me, I have an incredible guest who you may have seen before and is always around, whether you know it or not. Dan.
Yeah. I'm always lurking in the shadows, whether I'm known or not. That sounded creepier than I wanted it to, but it's true. Always behind the scenes.
Always present.
Always present. Omniscient. That's a better way of phrasing it, probably.
Well, Dan, do you want to tell us just a little bit about who you are in a little less ominous fashion for those who may not know?
My name's Dan Hutnick. I'm the man behind the curtain, Dan, the Van Man, otherwise colloquially known for the Fortnite folks. Again, it sounds worse than it's supposed to.
It's not getting better.
It's not getting better. I'm the guy behind the scenes, make sure the streams are running, make sure all the fun, fancy graphics are working, and if there's anything that breaks or whatever, that's usually me. And we're hoping to not have that. We're hoping not to have that this time. I'm gonna try to multitask. We'll see how good I am at it.
Yes, so Dan is still going to be running the stream per usual, while also being my wonderful guest today. So a big thank you for doing the split mentality of all of this. I'm impressed and in your debt. You may have also, if you saw our announcement.
Yeah, just as a general thing, if I'm like looking around or whatever and it looks like I'm not paying attention, I swear I'm doing my best. I'm just making sure that everything's functioning.
We're doing our best, okay? Yeah, our other guest for today was going to be Sky Russell, our other community manager, though unfortunately the internet gods decided that was not gonna happen. So unfortunately she can't make it here with us today, which we're really sad about because a lot of the work and effort that went into the MegaJam this year was done by Sky. So if you get the opportunity, make sure you send her lots of love. She did so much work. She did such a phenomenal job, as she always does. And so we're gonna press on and announce the winners in her honor.
She's also omniscient. She'll be here in spirit as well.
In spirit, yes. Just imagine that I have a much better British accent that you hear in like the news and community spotlights, and then she'll be here with us in spirit. But yeah, so that's us for today. We'll just kind of get right into it, I guess. So for anyone who might have missed it, we had our Epic MegaJam this year. Its theme was Antiquated Future, and there were so many fantastic projects that were put in. So first, thank you so much, everybody that took the time to make a project and submit. We had so much fun going through and playing through everything that everyone made. Some really, really incredible and unique projects this year. So thank you so much for doing that. I wish everyone could win, which is the cheesiest thing to say ever, but there really were some absolutely neck and neck entries this year. But the nature of contests, there has to be a winner of each prize. So thus, we'll get into that today. Let's see. First and foremost, what we're gonna do, the general breakdown for today, we're gonna start with the modifiers, and then we'll work our way up into the big prizes, the big finals there. And yeah, if you're interested in any of the games that we mentioned today as winners, make sure you go download them. They're all available on itch, and they're lots of fun. There was many moments of laughter, some of tears, maybe blood for some of them. I don't know, but they were great. Lots of good submissions. All right, so let's kick off with our very first winner of today. We're gonna start with the Edge of Reality modifier, of whom the winner is Photochronogrammetry. I definitely said that right.
Like some sort of yeah. I feel like I should have got a soundboard effect to do like a ta-da or a clap or something.
It's okay, I could do it. Ta-da!
Yay!
But yeah, I did it the first time, and I can't
If you
do
get
it
it
again.
right once in this stream, you win. You just have to do it once. Every other time, it can be a flub.
Photochronogrammetry.
Nailed it.
There we go. I did it twice. I'm proud of myself. But they are the winners.
You only get one prize, though.
Oh, well. Fine, I guess. They are the winners of the Edge of Reality modifier, which was for the game that makes the best use of scanned assets in their game using reality scan. And I think from the footage here that you can kind of pretty clearly see how well they did with that particular modifier. I mean, I love that it opens with toilet paper. I don't know why, but that made me laugh so hard.
You never know how important toilet paper can be until you're out of it. And then, then might as well be on the throne.
Yes, absolutely. But you can see here, obviously, the scanned assets were very much the central focus of this particular project. They did a great job of highlighting them. And they were integrated, is the word I'm looking for, beautifully. It just fits unbelievably well. So, fantastic job for photochronogrammetry.
I love the use of just like simple everyday objects. Like it's like you said, toilet paper, it's an onion, it's a shoe, it's a chopped up onion. Like they're very simple things, but they're presented in a really unique and cool way. And I think that looks really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So there we go. Congratulations for our winner of Edge of Reality. Another applause there. I don't think my mic is picking it up, but just
no, probably not.
Insert clap sound effect here.
The heck out of it.
You've sabotaged me, Dan.
It was deliberate too. I knew exactly. For what it's worth, I've also ruined mine. Mine also don't come through probably.
I can kind of hear it. I don't know. Well, we all feel the claps in the spirit. Wow. Okay. Anyway.
Sorry, it's fine.
So yeah, last big congratulations for our Edge of Reality winner. Truly a unique and very interesting project. Well done. Our next up in line is our winner of the audio experience, which the audio experience was for the game with, you may have guessed it, the best audio, which is both music and sound. So
I can't imagine how they came up with the name for that.
I don't know. It's very abstract, you know. But the winner of audio experience is Solaris. Yay!
Ta-da! Smacking my microphone.
Which we have music playing over the top of it, but I do need to recommend taking a moment to actually run through Solaris. First of all, the gameplay is actually incredibly fun. Just in and of itself, but as per the modifier winning here, the audio is absolutely phenomenal. The soundtrack is such a bop. I want to just download it and have it just for me on the side to listen to whenever, because it's incredible. And it's a lot of fun. So if you are interested, make sure you check it out.
There was definitely a moment during testing where Tina and I were just doing this while we were watching it. We're just sitting there, just bobbing. It's like, oh yeah, this is the vibe. We love this.
Yes, just dying repeatedly because the music is too good.
That's why.
Which is fine.
100%.
Yeah.
Only reason.
Yeah, it's 100% because the music was too good and not because I suck. That is the only reason.
Listen, whatever is an out, that's the way of doing things. If you have an out, just take it. Like, oh yeah, it was the music. I was vibing too hard. My fingers couldn't keep up.
Yeah, exactly. But it really is a lot of fun, and the soundtrack it's phenomenal. And the sound effects too, soundtrack aside, were also just incorporated incredibly well. Everything made sense with what was happening, including it has the most satisfying jetpack sound ever, which was just chef's kiss. It was so good.
Yeah, this one was super fun.
Definitely. So congratulations to Solaris for winning audio experience. Well done. Round of applause, my friends. All right, our next modifier up is our WoW photo real, because there were two for Make Us Wow. The first one is photo real, the second will be stylized. But first, for photo real, the winner is Format Wars, which is so cute.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this one is a really great example of kind of tying it back into the theme for the MegaJam, which is the antiquated future. It's kind of like that old with the new. And obviously we have the VHS players and stuff like that. But what I really think stands out with this, even more so than like the obvious stuff of like, oh yeah, it's VHSs and stuff, you know, back in my day when we had VHSs, is the fact that like it is rendered pristinely. Like we have all these great lighting effects. It's reflections are there, the material works there, everything is super detailed, and then that kind of contrasts with like the more simple character that's using like literally just there's a technical name for the wheel things that turn, that's what it's using as its wheels. Like it's just the tape of the VHS tape on the wheels, and I think that just stands out in a really cool juxtaposed way that fits perfectly with the theme. I think it's super fun.
Yes, absolutely. It's honestly the gameplay I would almost describe as cute, really, more than anything. It's just this little VHS, you know? You want to cheer it on, make sure it gets through, and then you have like right here these very realistic pistons that just jump scare you as they come crushing down. And it's a very fun combination of things that they went for here, and it was so well done, and it is beautiful. It is just beautiful too.
It is beautiful. It's a great use of like color in the lighting to kind of contrast with everything. And if you go and play it, which you all should, everybody should go and play these games. I think outside of all the other stuff that I super love, I also love that, I'm speculating here, could be, could not be, it sounds like may have used his own children as some of the voices for the VCA. Maybe try that. VHS player. Yeah, VCR. That's what I was trying to say. I combined them both. Used kids for the voices of the VCR people things, and they're so cute. It was so fun. Like I love it because it starts with this very deep, like, should you choose to accept it? And then the first one you meet is like this nice little voice. It was such a fun little surprise. I was not expecting it at all.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And yeah, I agree. All of the projects that we mentioned today, we recommend everyone go play and have fun with. And even ones that we don't necessarily mention today, there were so many great entries. So if you haven't taken a chance to just kind of peruse MegaJam entries, there really were some really incredible ones this year. But yeah, congratulations 100%. One more time to Format Wars for winning WoW Photo Reel. Absolutely deserved. My brain stopped for a second there. Deserved all around. There we go.
Again, you're just vibing too hard.
Right. I am, you know? You gotta. Let's play. Next up is WoW, Make Us Wow, Stylized. And the winner of that one is Railroad Rooney.
Woo!
This one is so cute. It takes a couple seconds at the beginning of the footage here, but we're about to blast off into space on a little dinky here, and it is... I love it.
This is another great example of one that like kind of took my expectations and just threw it out the window. I'm like, oh, cool, you're kind of on this like island, you know, there might be a little bit of survival thing. It's like, oh, cool, a boat, and then you're in space, and I'm just like, okay, I'm on board for this. This is not what I was expecting. You've got my attention. Let's go.
You are literally on board for this. I'll leave.
The dad
Stream's over. Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy your day.
All right. BRB, go to the BRB screen.
Technical issue screen real quick. Yeah, we'll get a new host.
We need to reboot Tina. She needs a firmware update.
But yes, this game is... I have a soft spot for pirates anyway, and just like boating in general. So this also... combining my second love, which is the vast emptiness of space, was just perfect combination. And it is so beautifully done and put together. The style was really consistent all the way through. Even between going from what we saw at the very beginning there, just the normal beach to space, it still feels connected all together. So they did a good job of making sure that the style felt consistent all the way through, and it's fun. It's a fun, brightly colored experience with honestly surprisingly difficult gameplay at certain points.
Yeah, and this is a great example of with not even just like mega jams, but just any sort of like game jam or contest and stuff like that. It can be very easy to kind of get caught up in the weeds with everything, and you know, maybe be like, oh, I need to do so many things, and so many things have to I have to do all the crazy environments and this, that, and the other thing like that. And what I like about this one is it's like, hey, this is a game. It's a game jam. We have environments. It's cohesive. It makes sense. We're telling a story with this, but like, it's also fairly simple, and you can see that they knew exactly what they wanted to do. They went with something that wouldn't be a huge maybe time sink or anything to do that. It fits with the theme. It fits with the theme of their thing, with the theme of the actual mega jam and everything. And it was just a very simple execution done beautifully, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I see someone in chat here mentioned that it reminds them a bit of Sky Road 1996, which I also totally agree with, totally vibe with. And it does have very retro vibes to it a little bit. It does make me harken back to some older titles for sure. I think just bullet hells in general kind of make me feel that way, to be fair, but this one was a very cute addition to that genre. So congratulations, yeah. Railroad Rooney. Winners of WoW Stylized, deserved.
100%.
All right, our next modifier is use it or lose it, which the use it or lose it descriptors it's for the best game created using only a single 4-channel texture map. And this one is pretty intense. The whole idea, of course, is getting all textures in the entire game to fit on a single 4-channel texture sheet, and it's pretty wild. So this one's always interesting to see every year, because I feel like, especially as tools continue to expand, being able to keep your textures that small and confined gets increasingly more difficult as technology advances. So a huge congratulations to our winner for Use It or Lose It, which is Plasma Lance.
This one, yeah, this Yay. One again, celebrate. This is awesome. What I like about this is, you know, we get all the finalists pulling videos and footage and all that stuff from it, and what I like is that I didn't know that that's what the modifier was for until I saw it. Like, it doesn't look like they only used one texture for this, or 4-channel texture. Like, it looks like a stylized, cool, kind of watercolory looking game that also just so happens to only use a single texture. And I think that that's kind of the best way to, or the best testament for that kind of submission, is when you don't really expect it. You're like, oh, this didn't look like that's what it was. They did a great job and made something, you know, great out of something so restrictive, which is that single texture.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you. If I did not know that that's what the modifier was for, that would have never been my assumption about it, you know? So 100%. Incredibly well done for making it feels cohesive, it feels purposeful. It doesn't feel like, oh, I only have a single texture sheet, let's see what we can do. It's part of the experience. So incredibly well done there.
Absolutely. And it was another example of like simple. Yeah, it was another example of simple execution done very well. Like the actual core mechanic is fairly simple, but it's a challenge. Like, when I recorded this, you'll see if we get to the end, I got destroyed on the final one. Like I thought I was doing really well and I still lost. So it's like it's very simple, but there's a good loop there that takes, you know, skill. It has a challenge to it that I think is, again, just really cool. Simple, but done very well.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's a repeated mechanic, but it's done in a way that is still exciting every single time, which can be difficult to do. But it's got the there is a name for it. I cannot remember, but the game loop is very rewarding. Even if you lose or have to go through it several times, it's always fun. So,
yeah,
congratulations, Plasma Lance. Well deserved win for Use It or Lose It. Our next modifier coming up is for the modifier Puppeteer, which is for the game with the best character animations produced for the jam, rigged using our AccuRig from Reallusion. That's another one that's going to trip me up every time, but it's fine. Reallusion. AccuRig from Reallusion. Anyway, the winner for this modifier is Fat Elvis Razor Ring Hero. Woo, 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 woo.
This one honestly just gets brownie points for me for just having such a fun name. Like, it's so simple and silly, and it's just like you hear that and you're like, okay, what is this game about? I gotta learn more. That's so fun.
Although honestly, there are very few games I feel that completely describe exactly what you're getting into with just the title, and this one does do that.
Yeah. It is both exactly what you expect and nothing that you'd expect simultaneously. It exists in that fun dichotomy.
Yes. And honestly, the animations in it are very fun, especially on our main character, Fat Elvis there. The spins, the pullback for his ring, everything. The flips. Oh my god, it's so much fun.
It's so smooth. Like, all the movement is so fluid and smooth, and it just reads really well. Like he hits you and you're like, ow, that looks like that would hurt me. And that's not that easy to do. I felt empathy for the bad guys. So
on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult would you say the actual gameplay was for this one too? Was it pretty challenging?
Yeah, you'll see I don't make it very long. yeah, it is very challenging. But again, remember what I said. If you have an out, take it. My out is I was just so fascinated with all the animation that I was barely paying attention to the actual game. I just wanted to see him do beautiful flips and punches and dive bombs, and that backflip, so good. That punch, so good.
I'll take that excuse. I like how half of these are missing.
Again, no, that's just a skill issue. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have an out there.
It's okay. I have to get my punches in now because I will be playing some of the games live and just a little bit as well, and I'm sure I'm gonna be roasted to absolute filth then. So in the meantime, it's a skill issue. Yeah.
We're gonna need some recompense, chat, a little bit later. I'm gonna need some people coming to my side.
But yeah, animations are extremely well done, as well as just, it's a very endearing little fun game. And it's a lot of fun. So check it out if you haven't. It's a good one there. And one last big congratulations to Fat Elvis Razor Ring Hero. Woo!
Woo! Love it.
All right. Our next modifier is Make Your Move. This one is for the game with the best custom animations produced for the jam. And the winner of this one is the Yellow Robot. The Yellow Robot.
Yellow Robot. It said it there for a second. The crossfade kind of hid the name. There we go.
So cute.
So
there's so many subtleties that I love with this one.
This one, like, it's so hard because they're all so awesome for like different ways. I really liked the lighting of this one, and I really like the camera moves and how fluid and everything feels. Like you get up on the character when you need to, and then this world expands out, and then you get such a great sense of scale and It's just, it feels really grounded in that way. And it was also just really fun. Like, it was just a fun little platformer.
Yeah. Honestly, there's a lot of elements of this game that I think are incredibly well done. But I mean, like, the environment is gorgeous. I think the way that they used the lighting was also incredibly immersive for the experience that they were making. So really, overall, there's so many things about this particular project that were done well. But there's a couple of things about the animation that I do want to point out in particular. And the main thing is that subtlety that I had just mentioned before. There's a lot of small kind of tertiary follow-through movements in especially the main character here that they're so small that you probably don't even notice that they're happening at first. But if you were to remove all of those tiny subtle things away, the character would feel completely different. The slight bounce in the head, the little antenna on top of his head bounces around with him every time he moves. The bounciness in his knees in particular as well. You can see it pretty well there when he jumps and walks around. It's a lot of those tiny details that really bring a lot of character and a lot of life to these particular animations, and they're just done masterfully well. So huge kudos. There's amazing.
Yeah, it's so fun to just watch the character move, and like you said, sometimes it's subtle, and sometimes like it's a very common thing that you'll hear with like CGI things like that. It's like the best compliment you can give to me is that you didn't notice my work. And that's very much the case for this, where it's like, it just feels so right. Like, his movement feels so natural. He feels like a robot. I don't ever question that he's a robot. I don't ever question what he's doing or how he's moving. It's just such a fluid and natural animation set for that character that I'm just sold. No questions. More, please.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And honestly, this particular modifier was really difficult to pick a winner for, because there were several projects that were completely neck and neck for winning, honestly. There are so many incredibly talented animators in our community, and a lot of very talented animators that submitted for the MegaJam this year and this particular modifier, and it was very hard to actually nail down who the winner would be. So do just want to make sure that I give some proper kudos to some of the other projects that were submitted to this modifier, because there was some phenomenal work put in. So thank you so much, everyone who did take the time to put in for this modifier, because it was wild. It was really hard.
Yeah, proper kudos to everyone, like for even being a part of this, because even just doing that takes a level of determination and passion that some people don't have, and that's big in and of itself, because like Tina said, these are all so good, and we end up seeing all of these amazing submissions, and it's like so hard to choose because they're so good in their own ways that, you know, it's really just difficult to choose because of that. Like, it's so tough.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's quite a few projects, this one included, the Yellow Robot, that I think have some potential to be potentially full-time games, if that's something any of these developers are interested in doing, because I would 100% buy a full Yellow Robot and enjoy playing it for sure.
Again, it's you could say this about so many of them, but this is certainly one that stood out to me, where it like ended and I was like, oh, I want to keep going, I want to keep playing. Like, it was I was having such a good time with it that I'm just like, oh yes, more please.
I need more. Yes. So one last big congratulations. Yeah. One last big congratulations to Yellow Robot for winning Make Your Move. All right. Our next modifier that we're going to talk about is Double Trouble. And this one is for the best game that makes use of paired animations. So this is specifically for characters interacting with each other, animations that play off of one another. So a little bit different than the last one. And the winner for this one is Timoria.
Woo!
This one is... You'll see. I almost don't want to spoil the surprise.
Yeah.
It's so good. The use of portals, and so in particular right here where the enemy's head falls through the bottom portal. I don't know what words are appropriate here. That wouldn't get the video flagged, but
detaches
from
yes, the neck.
And then comes back down and hits them through the upper portal. There's just some really, really clever animation tricks here.
Yeah, well, there's basically 3 that are showcased here. This one, obviously, very clever. Gotta love a little bit of the slapstick. I love that. And then this one's fun too, just using the portal to like attack through the portal and come through. And then of course you got to do the head again because that's just classic. It's just so good. I do enjoy kind of the slapstick part of it because that is just silly and it's sold so well with just everything else that's happening here with the characters and all that. It's great.
Yeah, the interaction between characters, while incredibly violent, is phenomenally well done.
But again, I think that's kind of a testament because it is incredibly violent. If you were to write that down like as a sentence and then describe it to somebody, they'd be like, "Oh my god!" But you look at it, it doesn't read like that. It just looks like it just reads as like a fun, just animation and attack that happens in this game.
Yeah, just a little action game.
Because it also starts with a kick to the groin, so it's really just like a double whammy there.
Yeah. Congratulations to Tamoya for winning our double treble modifier entry there. Woo woo woo. All right. Next up is Left to Your Own Devices, and this is for the UEFN game that makes the best use of devices within the game. So this one was won by the Island Mega Senate. I think I'm saying that right. I could not be.
It could be, probably Senate. I always like when I see words like that. Sometimes I want to do like the French thing and call it like Senet. I don't know why. Just the way my brain reads things.
Yeah, it's This is also particularly exciting because this is our first mention of UEFN submissions in the MegaJam winners here. This was our first year getting to have, submissions from UEFN, of course, and it's a really exciting step forward, I believe. We also have some others that we'll mention a little bit more later, but this one is, I'm not gonna lie to you, is hard for me, and I don't know
Is it because
I stuck?
Is it because it's math, maybe it's because it's you can be honest.
It could be. It really could be. But it's fun and exciting, and it feels rewarding as you actually play through it. I just struggled. I had a hard time.
This one is challenging, but it's fun. And just as a personal thing, ever since I saw like real life chess in Harry Potter, I've just loved games that just like use people as the boards, and this is that again, and I love it. But that hits me right in my nostalgia. I love this.
Yeah, it's really well done. So congratulations, Mega Senate, again for winning Left to Your Own Devices. There was some really, really clever use of devices. I don't know how many times I can say that word before it gets old, but it was very cleverly used and implemented.
I would love to see the behind the scenes of how this was all set up, because like I kind of get it. Like I could guess as to how they did it, but I would love to see the specifics.
Yeah, the actual setup of it, I'm sure, was an experience, honestly. Getting it all to actually work and play nicely with one another I would be interested to see a behind the scenes for that, yeah. So, one last big congratulations, Mega Senate. Woo! Left to Your Own Devices. Next up in modifier winners is for Speed of Light, which is for the best game accelerated with NVIDIA technologies. And the winner for this one is Light Signal.
This is another one
Now,
where I feel like not a lot should be said at the beginning and just let it kind of speak for itself, because
yeah,
it definitely does.
the concept of this one is extremely unique.
And a little scary in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, something that I really like about this one, other than the fact that, you know, it's using ray tracing to render very beautiful lighting, is that a lot of the lighting, like in here, there's a bit more just general ambient lighting from the environment. But in some of these stages, the lighting is just from the characters. If I'm not mistaken, it might be this one coming up ahead. Maybe not. One of these here, it's just lit by the I don't know if you want to call them enemies, but like the other characters in the stage. And that's such a unique thing, because it adds, like, clearly you're trying to avoid, you know, being caught by these things, but they're also your only light source, so you almost need a proximity to them. So it's like this weird this cool dance of like, all right, I need you to be close so I know where I'm going, but not too close so that you get me. I think that's very clever in terms of just the game design side of it.
Yeah, it is very, very unique. And I do kind of like the idea that actually playing through, you know, turning off an enemy makes it harder. It's just,
yeah,
it's very psychological and enjoyable.
Yeah, it's super cool. Very well done, very pretty.
Yeah, I'm enraptured by the
it's
gameplay. I could just watch this loop forever.
Yeah, it's a great use of color and lighting. I love to see color and lighting. That's my environment artist coming out. Like, it's so easy to do, you know, flat white lighting, or like maybe just a little bit of red light or orange light from the sun or something like that. But I like when you get like really cool saturated colors that really contrast with the scene and everything else and each other to just really build that. I think it's a very clever use of lighting. I love this.
Definitely. All right, well, one last congratulations to Light Signal for winning the Speed of Light modifier here. Yeah, really, really well done. Also, I do want to mention a quick thing. For the WoW Stylized, the winner of that modifier is Railroad Rooney, but there was a bit of a mix-up in the footage links. So the footage that we saw was actually for Rate Pirate versus Robots, which is also a phenomenal entry. But Railroad Rooney is this very adorable kind of little black and white game. And I'll see if I can't snag the link for that in just a second that we can toss up. But wanted to make sure we mentioned that because Railroad Rooney is also just, it's super cute and you need to be able to play through it. It's very, I mean, talking about retro, that one's very kind of Cuphead, very cartoon feeling. It's incredibly well done. So make sure you check that one out as well. Then
yeah, I mean, Tina, if you want, if you send that link to me, I could probably pull it up on here too. If you want to go that far.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that real quick.
We'll go to our fun UE logo here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a good catch with that.
There we go. Just want to make sure we give it its proper highlight.
Yeah, 100%. Awesome. All right, we're going to do this in a very simple way, but we're going to make it work. Just give me a half a second here to get this done. And then start it over. And then
I also appreciate the little spinny coin, honestly. This is a new edition, and we get to use it now.
Oh, we'll use it again soon once you get to the games for our lovely little transition. All right, here we go. Railroad Rooney. Let's do it. Oh, I love it. So for
so
optics for me, this is, I think, my first time seeing this one in particular, and I love this. I see what you mean by like kind of like that Cuphead / like very, very old school. I was gonna throw out a year there, but I'd probably be wrong. Like kind of 40s range kind of cartoons. I love this.
Yes. And this one was the winner for our WoW Stylized modifier, and I mean, I think it's pretty clear why. Honestly, it looks amazing. The style is absolutely consistent all the way through. This could be a straight up just packaged, sell it, have it, buy it today game. Honestly, it was incredibly well done, and the animations and style are impeccable. So.
Yeah, this is another one that I love.
That call out.
Yeah, great call, great catch, number one, and great pick. Like this. What I love about seeing stuff like this is I feel like sometimes people can be like, oh, Unreal's really good at realistic, but not very many people use it for stylized, and I think that is true, that it doesn't get used for stylized, but this clearly shows that doesn't mean it can't be used for stylized. I think this is beautiful, and had you told me like this was made in Flash even like I probably would have believed you. Like, it sells that look so well, and I love to see that kind of stuff. That's so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So congratulations, Railroad Rooney, for winning the WoW Stylized. And also still congratulations to Rape Pirate and Robots, which was the original game that we went through and reviewed there, because that one is also genuinely very fun. So cute, and well done style all the way through that one as well. All right, last modifier before we get into the big wins for today is Army of One. Now, Army of One is kind of a special modifier to us. It holds a particularly special place in our hearts because it is specifically for the best game developed by a solo developer. We do encourage people during our Mega Jams to, of course, find groups, find other developers that you can get together with and build stuff with. And that is a huge part of this too, is connecting with other developers and making experiences. But there is also something very special about someone taking the time to build a whole submission for the Mega Jam just on their own too. And we want to make sure that we give special recognition for the people that do that and end up doing it really well. So the winner of Army of One for this year is Lamplighter. It's so cute. Just wait. Just wait.
I can't wait.
You must. At least 10 seconds.
All right, fine. If you insist, I'll find a way. Oh my gosh, that squash and stretch is so fun. Yes, it's fun, it's adorable, and also it's a very well done platformer, which I think platforming is one of those genres that I think is actually super easy to mess up, because if it feels like the movement is off, the actual challenge of it, it's really easy to make platforms either too easy or way too hard. Unless that's what you're going for. I know there's some particularly difficult platformers out there, but this one strikes a balance where it's difficult, but it's not totally rage-inducing. And it feels rewarding as you continue up through it. It's just incredibly well done. And I like the way, like the various little ways that it's kind of mixing it up. Like it is a platformer, but it also is kind of using like that physics of like pulling your arc and making sure you're getting it just right. And if you overshoot, you go flying. And if you undershoot, you land into spikes. Like, it's not just as simple as, oh, we're running around and we're jumping. It's like, no, we are, but we're doing it in a unique way that I think is really fun. Yeah, definitely. And also just, of course, the visuals, I think, are super adorable. Also very consistent. Honestly, I feel like this year in particular, everyone did a really good job of making the visuals and style consistent all the way through, which can be quite a difficult task for a jam, because a lot of times we're pulling stuff from different kits and kit bashing it all together to make it work. And I feel like everyone did a phenomenal job of actually making that feel cohesive, like it was supposed to be that way, which is a challenge in and of itself. another great example of simple done brilliantly. Like, there's not a ton going on in the environment or in the game. It knew exactly what it wanted to be and knew exactly what it needed to execute on, and it did it. And it looks great. It's fun. This is brilliant.
Yes. So as a keeping in tradition with Army of One, we every year for the Mega Jam we get a special skinned PC just for the winner of Army of One, and wanted to show off what that PC looks like for this year.
Give me 1 second. It's not happy. There we go.
So around here somewhere. There it is.
Yeah.
Here we are, and this is the prize for Army of One, the specially skinned computer that will hopefully be a happy reminder of the Mega Jam and the effort that was put into it. So thank you so much, and congratulations to Lamplighter for winning Army of One. This is a really, really cool project.
Can I just say I'm very envious of this case and everything inside of it, but the case specifically,
so cool.
I love it. I love it.
It is
my computer
cool,
currently
yes.
just like sits under the desk, but if that existed, I would either get another desk or I'd find room to just put it right here so I could see it all the time. Because that is awesome.
Yeah. This is the perfect case to just absolutely jam pack with as many RGBs as possible.
Mega Jam Pack?
We're done. We're done here. Cut the camera.
I had to. You did one earlier. I feel like I needed to balance it out.
Yeah, that's
Yin
true.
and
We have to
yang.
hit the balance. But yes, congratulations, Lamplighter. Absolutely phenomenal submission. And yeah, all of the modifiers, like I said, were incredible. There were lots of great submissions for them. Some of them were very difficult to actually pick out which ones had to be the winner. So thank you so much, everyone who submitted into those. Really appreciate your time and effort. All right. Well, that was the modifiers. That was the first part of it here. Next, we're going to be going through the finalists for our different top 3 categories. We're going to be starting off with the student finalists. Now, student finalists this year were split between both Unreal Engine and UEFN submissions. So it was anyone's game, really, literally. The scales, they're tipping again.
I gotta do another one. I gotta do another one later.
What have I done?
Because of that.
So, starting with third place, the third place student submission that won is Galactic Pizza Run. Woo! So for these last rounds of top 3s, I will be going through and playing them. So give me just a moment to spin the game up.
And I get to exact my skill issue revenge.
You really can with this one too, because it's there's a lot of movement involved, of which I am bad at. So it's fine. Don't worry.
For what it's worth, you definitely have more degrees of movement with this than you probably normally have. So that aids in the complexity a bit. All right. Here we go.
If I can click into the right. There we go. Here we are.
Get a little bit of sound on this
Space
one.
pizza.
Actually gonna kill the music for a second. So that we can hear this lovely game.
What did the music ever do to you?
Just, you know, it's got its own music. It's got its own beautiful music.
It is very serene, very calming.
And a very satisfying, like almost like blowtorch effect for the thrusters. I love that.
Yes. All right. So goal of this, we pick up pizzas and then we deliver them in space. Now, the controls of this one are very interesting because camera faces wherever your mouse is. And then of course you have your front and sideway movements. But if you're like me and you have your mouse sensitivity set to impossibly high, it is so easy to overshoot. Take the pizza.
Yeah, don't you?
No.
Don't you know that's the cheat code? Is you want to have the lowest DPI possible so you don't get arthritis and carpal tunnel and all that?
No. Take your pizza, Meg. Take it.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
Meg got the disadvantage of both the introduction and Tina getting acquainted with the controls again. But she got her food.
Yes. She did, with 30 seconds to spare. Although it's still going, which makes me feel like there's one more.
I think there is. Is it tab?
Oh, it's above! It's above! No!
Oh, wow, yeah.
No!
Oh!
Near
collision.
Oh, no! No!
They did not get little pizzas. Unreal is telling you.
It's okay. It's a 3-strike system, right?
yeah.
This just means I get to keep
theoretically
pizza for myself.
Yeah.
So.
And it's space, so there's theoretically limitless customers, right? Like, that's how Infinity works?
Yeah, you know. It's fine. I'm not going to think about this for the next several hours and wonder what happened to Meg and her missing pizza.
You just imagine her looking out into space, being, like, so hungry.
She looks out and she sees my car outside of her house, and I just turn around and leave.
But it's not even just like a simple turnaround. You're like corkscrewed kind of upside down, spinning in place, and then you just like take off into the sun.
Like, okay, it's fine. I didn't want my pizza anyway.
Must not have been my delivery.
All right, we'll do one more delivery. We have 2 minutes for it. 2 and change. I can definitely do this one. Oh, God!
I just love everything about this. It's such a fun, unique idea of just like, yeah, you know, you're just gonna be a pizza delivery person in a van that's also a spaceship, and we're gonna fly around and deliver pizza to everybody, and that's it. It's simple, it's fun, it's unique.
You make
and
hella money.
You always.
I mean, I've delivered 2 pizzas, and I'm at 160 basically. So.
Well, I mean, this is probably, you know, in the 2100s. So who knows what the value of the dollar is then? Could be. You might have made
Let's
6.
Let's do an economic breakdown of what the value of the dollar would be.
You might be able to buy half a candy bar right now. We don't know.
One other thing that I didn't get to do, but I want to make sure I show.
Oh, yeah.
You can explode asteroids.
I mean, I don't know what more you want from a game. You got cool physics. You got a little wiggly thing on the top of the car. You can blow up asteroids, and there's pizza.
Oh no. Yes. I mean it's literally everything.
You can in theory blow up asteroids.
If you can aim right. Yes. I don't know why that makes me so happy though. I just love the idea of like, I am so intent on my delivery that even asteroids cannot stop me.
You go to sign up to like work at the pizza place and like, all right, you got your blaster's license? And you're like, my what?
My what?
My what? Oh, you know, I left it in my other pants. Can I come back next week and bring it to you?
They're like, no, you know what? Don't worry. You can borrow mine. Here.
You can borrow ours. And that'll be $70,000. You have 100.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But that is our 3rd place winner for student submissions.
Love it.
Lots of fun. Lots and lots of fun. The controls of it are finicky in the right way. Where it's fun, you know? You get to just explore around and really hope for the best, which is kind of the best we can get sometimes.
And sometimes people might hear something like finicky and think like, oh, is that like a good qualifier? And I can understand like that initial thought. Like I can totally understand why you might be like, oh, that's a little weird. But like honestly, controls should fit the goal. Like really great example. I was gonna go on a whole Resident Evil thing. Don't need to do this. This is a better example. Surgeon Simulator. That game is completely about having the most finicky and unintuitive controls possible. But that's the fun. Like that's the point of it. You're supposed to kind of fight with it. It leads to all these ridiculous outcomes where you accidentally smash your chest with a hammer and all that stuff. Like that's kind of the point of it. And I feel like this is very similar to that, where like if it was as simple as like, oh man, these controls are pristine, you just kind of go from point to point, like that could be cool for like a chill kind of relaxed game. But I also think that the chaos is part of it, and that's kind of what makes it fun. Like
Definitely.
It's again almost like Crazy Taxi a little bit with that, where it's like it's kind of supposed to be chaotic and wacky, and you have to kind of not only fight the timer and the distance and things like that, but also making sure that you are controlling it the way that it needs to be controlled to do the outcome that you need.
Yes, definitely. So my sincerest apologies to Meg for not getting her pizza, but it was delicious. Thank you for your sacrifice. And big congratulations to Galactic Pizza Run again for getting 3rd place with our student finalists here.
Is Meg going to be your shower thought? Are you just going to be like showering later and you're just staring off and like, but Meg never got her pizza.
It's the wake up at 3 a.m. in a cold sweat sort of thing of like, Meg didn't get her pizza. Oh no, it's still in my backseat.
Everybody has like, everybody has like the you dream of like have the nightmares of like being late for school or something like that. Tina will never again have that dream. Every time she has that dream, it's just her not getting pizza to Meg on time.
Every time I meet a new person named Meg, I will have a moment of just my eyes glazing over. You okay?
You just get like that, like
I'm sorry
the
about your pizza.
Pikachu tears, like that, like Pikachu, like eye quiver. You're like, I'm so sorry, Meg. She's like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? My pizza? What? I'm gluten-free. Anyway. All right, on to 2nd place for our student finalists. This one is actually another UEFN submission, and it is Dawn at Sea, A Tale of Time.
It is, and it will be there in 2 seconds, because
I'm counting.
You were not. I forgot that you were not playing. Dawn at Sea. Here we go, and ta-ta!
You lied. It was 3 seconds.
It was 2 very long seconds. like unreasonably. Listen, we were just in space. Time dilates out there. We have to get back to reality here.
Yes. Now, for anyone interested, I am going to drop the island link in the chats, just in case it's something you're interested in checking out yourself at some point. But this particular submission won 2nd place for our student finalist submissions. The main thing that really surprised me was kind of the scope of this experience, if that makes sense. There's a lot to explore and a lot to do.
Oh, and some great effects too.
That is such a
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes, it always surprises me with islands because I feel like it's easy for them to all kind of fall into a sort of repetitive game loop, be more or less. It can feel like the same thing, but this is very much a unique individual experience, which is that was phenomenally done and made. And again, the scope of it, there's a lot to actually do and explore and see.
Yeah, it's like kind of keeps you on your toes. Like you're not 100% sure like what to expect next. There's a lot of variety there.
Mm-hmm. And
sorry, I left you hanging.
That part too. No, it's okay. I just needed some water. But
yeah.
there's a a section there that you see for a little bit at the beginning of the footage here, where everything's in almost wireframe, like red wireframe, which is I don't know why, but I love that right here. I love that so much.
It's such a simple effect that goes a long way. And I honestly, again, I think that's a lot of like kind of the I don't say the trend, but like the key we keep going back to is like, just because it's simple doesn't inherently make it like boring or bland or easy or anything like that. Like sometimes simple done incredibly well is way more interesting and compelling than complicated done like okay or even poorly.
Absolutely agree. But yeah, this is the second place winner for student finalists. Again, the name of this one is Dawn at Sea, A Tale of Time. Very cool experience. Congratulations on your win. Especially congratulations for being a UEFN entry. Again, first year that we get to have these kinds of entries, so it's really cool being able to see what everyone put together. And this one was it was definitely a standout. So,
and I think that was another cool... Yeah, congratulations. And I think that was another cool thing just about the UEFN entries is that like the turnaround was fairly quick for that. Like there wasn't a huge amount of time to get in there and get acquainted with the tools and stuff like that. So to see everyone jump in on it and produce really cool stuff, even though it was, like I said, kind of a rapid turnaround, not just in terms of the game jam, but just in terms of the tool itself. It's so cool. And I'm really excited to see where that could happen and like for future jams or anything like that, because there'll have been even more time to get acquainted with the tools. Updates will have come out, new features, blah, 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 blah. It's so exciting. Like I look at this and I see the really cool stuff here, but then I also kind of like in my mind's eye, I start thinking of like, oh, but what might still come? It could be even cooler.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So congratulations to our second place finalists there. And then on to our first place winner for student finalists. The big prize for our first place winner here. They will be receiving one AMD Radeon RX 7600 from AMD. They will also be getting a 1-year hobbyist game textures subscription from gametextures.com, a 1-year student membership to IGDA from IGDA, one We Love Indies Sound Bundle H and Music Bundle H for Project Size S from We Love Indies, and a huge animation pack. I could go through and list all of the individual animations that are included with it, but it would take too long. It's a lot. Big animation pack. A Stylized Pirate Port City from Style Arts, a Future Slums Abandoned / Post-Apocalyptic District from Lee Arts Studio, G2 Cyborg Characters from QuanFun, $50 Marketplace credits from Epic Games, as well as an Epic Games / 2023 Epic MegaJam merchandise. And they will also be receiving a featured highlight on the official Unreal Engine blog, featured highlight on the official creator portal, and feature in the form of the 2023 Epic MegaJam sizzle reel. So lots of cool things for our first place winner here, who is, insert drumroll here, Solaris. Woo! You might recognize the name Solaris. That is because they were also the winner of the audio experience. So I'm gonna pop this game open right now, and y'all can watch me fail at it. We'll actually be able to enjoy the audio,
and we'll be able to enjoy the audio experience. We'll hear it this time.
Yes. Alrighty. Give me just
and you guys are definitely in for
here.
a treat with that, because, like we said multiple times, it is a treat.
Yes. All right.
All right. Let's jump in. Ta-da. Find a good audio there. So it kind of starts off a little deceptive. You have just your, yep. Got your footsteps, little bit of sound effects here.
Wait, did I miss? Okay, all right, redo. Nobody saw that. All right.
Hold on.
First shot.
Nailed it.
Wow, I can't believe I got that first try. there was no second attempt on that for sure.
Hey, for what it's worth, that little dot was all over the place. It was like moving all over the wall.
It was definitely not like being held steady. Here it is. Here's that music.
There we go. Let's get a little more in here. We'll turn this up for a second.
That's right. Run from me. Run.
Run. I have the power of EDM on my side.
I am unstoppable with a soundtrack like this. Oh no. What? Okay, don't worry, y'all. Don't worry, I got this.
You got this? Nail it? Nail it?
I got it. Don't even worry about it.
Oh, that was
first
beautiful.
try.
You didn't even hit the ceiling or anything. Great use
I'm
of
definitely
particle
also
effects.
fully intending to only shoot them in the feet and nowhere else.
Listen, they can't run away if you do that, right? Yeah, this one's great because even though, oh no, oh no, Tina.
It's fine. Don't worry about
Gone.
it. Intended.
Also making sure. Yeah. It won the audio, side of it too, but like it goes to show that it has more than that. Like it has great effects, it has great gameplay, it has fun. Just like it's kind of like a little bit of that. I don't want to call it. I don't know what the word to use for it, but like it a little bit of that co-op energy where like things are just like a little finicky and maybe not exactly what you'd expect, and that allows for a lot of really kind of fun emergent gameplay. like there, you're just taking just having a little seat.
I just needed a nap.
You gotta brace yourself.
It's fine.
You did quite a fall there, so you needed a second to brace yourself. Oh, now if you could only just do like a ninja kick, that'll come with the sequel.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! You shoved them through the wall, and they can still shoot you.
What have I done?
You gave them the power of the EDM.
Don't worry. That was intended.
All right. First try.
Again, this is my first try. Look at that. I took no damage.
You took a little.
Don't look at my health bar. I took no damage.
I mean, no, you're right. Right.
Oh no! Don't do it again!
Oh.
No!
I have too much power. Wait, yeah.
It's okay.
Open the door.
First try.
Use your shield.
I'm so good at this. I am a pro gamer.
We're gonna get this.
All right, one more try. One more try to get through that door.
Attempt.
One more first attempt, yeah.
First and only attempt.
Oh. I definitely hit him, don't worry. Don't worry.
You definitely did.
Don't worry, Dan. Are you worried? Don't worry. It's fine.
No, I was never worried. With a vibe like this, how could I be?
No.
I think the problem is you like hugging them. Oh, you did it! You hugged him to death. Too much love. Here we go.
Too much.
Good use of the shield.
That was so brutal.
Oh my gosh.
So brutal.
Can we show that?
We have to cut it. We have to.
Go on, cut the feed. Fight away. That never happened. You guys never saw anything.
None of you saw anything. Nothing
None
happened.
of you
Oh my
saw
gosh.
a thing.
Anyway, that
Very
was
fun.
Solaris gameplay. So much fun.
Great audio, great gameplay, super fun, challenging that one.
Yes. Yes, it is actually challenging. It is not just my ability. It is actually challenging.
But again, I think that's another really great example of like that kind of being deliberate. Like that's part of the game. Like is surmounting the movement and the physics and gaining control of the character. I think that's part of it. I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
So fun.
It's so good. Yes, please go download Solaris. This almost sounds like a negative thing, but I was gonna call it the perfect time waster game. Not that it's a waste of time, but just like it's one of those games where you get sucked into it and you do not realize how long you have been playing it, because you get to a spot like I did with the door where I'm constantly pushing the guy through the door, and I'm like, well, I have to get through this door. I must. That is my mission. And then you repeat it however many times till you can actually do it. And then you just find your next mission after that, and it just goes on forever.
Yeah. And with the gameplay loop kind of setting you back to that bridge, you're like, no, I want to get further. And then you get further, and then you get taken out. So you're like, oh, no, but I'm going to get even further next time. And then you just keep that loop going and going.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It is such a fun game, and it's really well done. So congratulations, Solaris, for winning first place for the student finalists.
Woohoo!
Well done.
So good.
All right. Oh, I was laughing so hard, I actually cried a little bit. Anyway.
Again,
next category that we're gonna...
Kind of a great game.
Yeah, for sure. Next category we're gonna get into are the UEFN finalists. Starting with third place, we have Rail Riders.
Woohoo! Here we go.
Woo woo woo!
Now this one, Tina and I even had words about before this stream, where this to me, like, it doesn't even look like it's in the same game. Like this looks like its own unique kind of like Jet Set Radio meets like Tony Hawk kind of game. And I love the look of it. I love the lighting. It just looks so fun. Like the scores and the combos and everything like that. Like this was one of the ones that, I mean, all of them you look at and you're like, this is super fun. I want to jump into it. But this one was another one of like the ones that really, I was like, oh man, I really got to get into this and try this one out.
Yeah, for sure. And it was, you said something that made me laugh so hard. I have to repeat it here on stream, but it was like a combination of Gears of War and Tony Hawk. So it's like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Gears of War 6. I don't know.
Well, I was talking about the environment. I was saying that it had very like, this looks like it could have been a Gears of War environment. And then it was so fun because you were just kind of Tony Hawking around it.
Yeah. I feel like you can't really go wrong with like skating
now
games.
You put the idea,
rail racing games.
Yeah, now you put the idea of Marcus Phoenix like doing a kickflip in my head, and now I can't get that out. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I need that now. Modders, get on it.
Please,
check out
that must be an
kickflip.
animation.
Nice one, Marcus. Woo!
Nice.
Sorry.
They don't even need to make sound for it. We have it right there. All the sound bites are available.
Exactly.
But yeah,
this one just has such great fluid motion. It looks so fun.
Yes. And it has what I always find as arguably the most satisfying part of any games kind of in this general genre of the combo number. Oh my god. I love it when they add the on-screen combo number, so you see it continually go up and it just feels so good.
Oh,
look at
100%.
That. Almost a 40k combo, you kidding me?
Yeah,
Amazing.
and you can tell that it's not just like, oh, I'm just walking around, I'm pressing a button, and I'm getting points. Like, you have to be mindful of your trajectory and your speed and what surfaces you can and cannot, rail ride on. I almost said grind, but clearly we are rail. That's hard to say. Rail riding.
I almost said rail riding,
which is what makes a game fun.
You.
Like a game, a game that plays itself. It can only be so engaging. So I love to see those sorts of things where it's like, no, you have to be on top of it, and there's skill here.
Yeah. So this is our third place winner for UEFN finalists. Again, this is Rail Riders. Congratulations for winning third place. It is such a fun little experience. Lots of fun, especially to play with friends. Just see everybody kind of zipping around in the place all together. It's a good time.
Yeah.
All right. On to our second place finalist for UEFN submissions, which is the Oregon Trek, which is exactly what you think it is.
It is exactly. Now, see that when you said that, when you hear the name Fat Elvis, you know exactly what the game is going to be. I think that one is like that dichotomy where you do and don't. This, you know exactly what you're getting.
Yes. Yeah, especially when it starts with a very like retro screen, what's about to happen here.
And that's another fun example of like kind of using the UEFN to your advantage. Like, as far as I'm aware, that sort of interface isn't just possible. Like, that's something you have to be creative with how you would create something like that in the Fortnite, in UEFN specifically. So I love seeing those sorts of things where it's like, give me something I don't quite expect, even in a title that, again, Oregon Trek, you kind of know at least loosely where they're going with it.
Yeah. And I think the other thing that I particularly appreciate about this one is the level of replayability, because it was super quick. It was like a blink and you miss it moment in the beginning there, but there's different loadouts that you could choose from. So there's different ways to actually go through the experience. And I like that because it means you can go through the whole thing multiple times and still get a fresh experience each time.
Yeah, 100%. And each kind of encounter and wave is a little bit different. We started there with like kind of the explosive cows on the outside, and then here, the the enemy is attacking from on the ship. So it's like changed up there. It's not just the same thing every single time. And I don't believe it's actually in this clip, but one of the final things you can fight is pretty nuts. So y'all should definitely go and play this and see it because it's really cool and you might not expect it.
Yes. Speaking of which, let me grab the island code for anyone who may want it. Go play. I release you. Absolutely. Go play. All right.
Absolutely.
Then on to our next, the first place finalist for UEFN, of which they will be winning. The first place winner for the UEFN category will also be winning one AMD Radeon RX 7600. I'm going to say it different every single time to cover all grounds, upset everyone, from AMD. A 1-year freelancer game texture subscription from GameTextures.com. 1-year professional membership to IGDA from IGDA. 1-year Boom 1 subscription from Boom Library. We Love Indies Music Bundle E for a project of any size from We Love Indies. That same slew of different animations in an animation pack. A Stylized Pirate Port City from Style Arts. Future Slums Abandoned / Post-Apocalyptic District from Lee Art Studio. G2 Cyborg Characters from Quan Fan. $50 marketplace credits from Epic Games, as well as Epic Games 2023 Epic MegaJam merchandise. They will also be featured in the highlight on the official Unreal Engine blog, featured in a highlight on the official creator portal, and featured in the form of the 2023 Epic MegaJam Sizzle Reel. And the winner of this first place prize is Time Heist. which, oh my gosh.
Where
This
to start?
one is
Where to start with this one?
really, though.
And now you'll see as this goes along, you have your little switcher device and you're kind of going between worlds, on a command switch that you can do that with. And I think this kind of gameplay mechanic has existed for a while. I think one of the ones that people really kind of think of that kind of, I won't say popularized it, but more modern example of it would have been the time device from Titanfall 2. And we've seen things like this actually in a few more popular games recently. And that's just because it's such a cool mechanic. Like, I will never get bored of that. Like, that is such a cool thing. And the possibilities are virtually endless with what you could do with it. I mean, even Starfield had something similar to that in this thing because it's such a compelling way to navigate a world. Like, you're talking about like, hey, I need you to cross a bridge. Okay, I walk. But it's like, no, now I need you to cross a bridge and you have control over the obstacles and where they are and when they are. And you have to use that to your advantage to navigate it and switch right before you get hit by the platform or stop yourself from falling into the lava. Like, again, it's another example of a very simple concept, a simple idea, but done very well because it's fun and it's awesome. And it's just a great mechanic.
Yes. And the amount of work that has to go into that too, because you're not just building one environment, you're building 2, 3, however many for just that one area that you can flip back and forth between. So it's, I mean, just building the world in and of itself is already at least double the work, if not more, depending on how many you're making. And I also, one of my favorite things to do with games like this or mechanics like this is to take a second at the beginning of the level, just flip between them all, just to see what the differences are everywhere between them. Just admire all of the work that's gone into these separate dimensions from one another, which can also be important gameplay wise as well.
Yeah, like it's important gameplay wise, it's important visually. Like, you need to know at a glance which world or timeline you're in. Like the environment has to read that way. Like, you shouldn't be ever confused, being like, oh, am I in modern? Am I in the destructive? Am I in the future? Like, all of that goes into just making this mechanic work. And I mean, Unreal Engine is incredibly powerful. There's so much bandwidth that that you have inside of UEFN and inside of Unreal Engine, and computer hardware is so powerful these days that it's not that you don't have to pay attention to it, but you can pay attention to it a little bit less, but you still have to be mindful of like, how much are you swapping between, because you don't want the frame rate to drop as you go between each thing and hitch. So you have to be mindful of the environment in that way, making sure that you're giving it enough detail and giving it enough content, but also being mindful that like it plays very well and that there's no weird hitching or anything like that, and making sure that works on a variety of machines as well. These are things you have to pay attention to. So it's very easy to look at that and be like, oh yeah, it's the time switch mechanic. It's like, yeah, but there's so much goes into it, and you can do that mechanic in a way that's not fun, or you can do that mechanic like this where it's super cool and super fun. Yeah,
absolutely. So that is our first place winner for the UEFN finalists. Again, one last time, this is Time Heist. I dropped the island code for it in the chat if anyone is interested in going to play it and check it out. But congratulations, Time Heist, for the absolutely phenomenal entry. I love it. Y'all did so good. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
All right. That brings us to the last round of finalists. These are Unreal Engine finalists. So in third place for the top 3 Unreal Engine projects for this year is The Lost Slipper. Now, I'm going to be playing through all 3 of these. So give me just a moment here, and I'll get the stream up and going.
Excited to see it. It'd be so nice to have like the time to go through these all, but there's so many great submissions and so many categories and everything like that. Like, it's just not practical, but it's super fun to see what everybody brought. And then when we get the opportunity to let Tina jump behind the wheel and play with it, that's always fun too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I've got Lost Slipper pulled up here.
Let's do it.
Let me know when it's up and going.
You're up and going. Ooh, this got nice music too.
All right. Yes, it does. Very soothing.
Very chill.
Very, very chill. All right. Here we go. Coming over to this, buddy. Okay, the reason I'm laughing
Are you doing it?
is because
I was waiting.
there's no voice acting, and I want to make sure that anyone who might be having difficulty seeing the text on screen still has a chance to hear what the characters are saying. So I will narrate it. And in honor of Sky, who I wish could be here, I will narrate it in my best attempt at a British accent. At an English accent, excuse me.
In other words, her flawless English accent.
This is my gift to you. Hey, Loki! That was Australian! Wait! I need your help with something important. I accidentally left my favorite toy somewhere across the river. It's just past those tricky obstacles and puzzles. I'm too scared to go alone. That toy's the last thing I have from the humans.
Oh no.
It's a reminder of a time when people were still here. The puzzles and obstacles were left behind by the humans back when this world was still bustling with life. They must have had a reason for creating them, but no one knows for sure. It's all part of the mystery of this post-apocalyptic world. I will take my bow. Sky.
Sky has entered the chat. I have been summoned and offended at the same time.
I actually tried my best, I swear. The beginning was a little rough, but I feel like when I was in it, it was okay. Once I got into it, it was all right.
You did start Australian, so...
This is true. Which is not English, so I had to move a continent over. It's fine.
Listen, I'm just glad you did it, because I'm sure I would have been much worse.
All right.
This is
probably a good time for me to mention that I'm not good at really any games, but especially platformers. So
I'm not good.
I'm just not good. I'm just not good, y'all. I'm just not. No. No.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah.
It's okay. I fixed it. Don't worry.
This is a really cool interpretation of the theme. I think it's something we haven't really touched too much. I mean, we touched on it a couple times, but haven't touched on too terribly much. Is that one of the things that we do with the theme is we keep it as intentionally vague, because we want you to be able to interpret it and do cool things with it and do things that maybe we didn't expect. And this one is really whoops. Can we get a playback? I'm not good. But
Please continue your thought.
It's a cool interpretation of it, because it is an antiquated future, because we're talking about things that would inherently be antiques in a world post-human. Like, that's a cool way of interpreting that. It's very common to see kind of going anachronistic with it, with pulling things from the future and putting it there, or taking things from the past and putting it into the future, in a way where they're kind of synergized. Like, a really great example that I think of is Alien, the movie Alien. They're using CRTs and everything in Alien, and that's supposed to be way, way, way in the future. We'll probably only have holograms at that time. It's a very common interpretation of that kind of antiquated future. This one is, albeit maybe a little bit more literal in that interpretation, but I think it's cool because it's unique. We didn't get a lot like this as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. I didn't fall off and die immediately this time, so we're in it now.
Well, you were trying to be a rail rider. God, I can't say that. That's hard. Rail rider.
Nope, that wasn't it either.
Rail rider? Whale writer.
No. I keep hearing whale, and I don't know if it's just your mic or if you're actually
rail. Well, the last time I said whale, because that's what I kept unintentionally saying.
All right.
This is something that
I've
talked about a few times too. That I just find really charming is that kind of like stylized vibe. Oh, tease it. That kind of stylized vibe that's mixed with like the kind of hyper realistic rendering with like the really nice lighting and global illumination and everything that kind of comes with this. I think they kind of contrast and juxtapose each other in a really elegant and interesting way. Don't do it. Don't fall.
I was so close to falling off. Oh my god. Anyway, as you were saying.
Oh
my god.
Tina, I think only you could make.
I'm scared.
I think only you could make a wide platform look like a pin, like.
Oh no! Oh shit!
Where have you gone?
Wait.
Oh, you're back. Okay. I was just waiting for the like game over screen to happen. I thought you fell into the abyss below. Tina was trying to do her best Shadow of the Colossus impression.
Am I doing a good one?
Aggro, no.
Oh my god. Okay, we're good.
I'm gonna give you a D in execution, but I'm gonna give you an A in drama. Because
my hand as I'm drinking water is just like
oh, you can do it.
I'm scared. I'm really scared.
Nailed it.
This is supposed to be the easy part, dude.
All right, I've decided we're gonna just stream for 3 hours, and Tina needs to finish this by executive decree.
Okay.
Nailed it.
There we go. All right, we'll do one more puzzle.
Yeah. Oh, that's a cool effect on the windmill. I didn't notice that before. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Like the kind of tilt shift look. This is great. They're all great.
And the music really is super soothing.
Yeah. I kind of actually just zoned out and vibed into it for a second. Which, makes for great radio. I apologize on that.
There's a visual. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, it's like, it's total zen. Like, I'm just watching you, like, gently guide this glowing marble.
Oh, no, this way. Come on. This way. No.
Now I'm just imagining also... I'm also imagining, like, the sequel to this, where it's, like, Overcooked, where you have two people trying to, like, tilt it and fight each other and balance it out.
Oh, that's how you end friendships.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is how you end lifelong friendships, is by having people on opposite sides of this thing.
Having
No.
a beautiful art. Okay, now go. Yep, yeah, nailed it. No, go up. You're going too far. It's gonna roll the other way.
Okay.
The idea of this like beautiful game with this like serene music ending friendships is very entertaining. I really like that.
It's like, you look at Monopoly and you think, oh, this is a cute cartoon character on the front. This is a harmless game. It is not harmless.
Yep. The game is harmless. What it makes people into, not so much.
What it makes you become is not harmless.
Yeah. What it draws out of the depths of the soul. Oh, I love it. This is so good.
It's so cute. It's so good. And it continues on into other beautiful levels. But I don't want to go too far. Don't want to spoil it all.
Okay, I was going to say, can we go to just the platform? Just do one more.
Sure.
One more trek.
Oh, maybe. Oh, no!
All right, that's it. That's all I needed. That's what I wanted. I got exactly what I asked for. I'm excited. All right, thank you so much. Oh,
this
yes.
is the easy part, damn. No! Whatever, you get
Santa
the
came
idea.
early. Santa came early. I got my Christmas gift. That's what I needed.
Anyway, so that was
somebody snip that.
The Lost Slipper. That was the Lost Slipper, excuse me, which got third place overall. Absolutely amazing game.
I didn't realize that you were going to be the slipper in that example.
I am the Lost Slipper. Yes.
No, get it, slipper. All right.
Yeah. And I am also lost because I did lose at least twice. So.
Oh, there you go. I am Slipper who has lost.
Yes. Absolutely
that
phenomenal
was the
and beautiful.
we gotta comment from chat. That was the equivalent of tripping off the sidewalk in real life.
Well,
if the shoe fits,
I don't want to talk about
fits. All right, I'm done.
I mean,
next game.
Dan, I know you can attest to just how clumsy of a person I am in real life as well. So if that also fits, that is a pretty apt description.
Which is
what
exactly
you see
why
in
I
the
knew.
game translates.
Yeah, it's exactly why I knew what to instruct you to do.
All right.
Yeah, great submission. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely beautiful game. Please go download it and play it. There's a few other levels. They're all absolutely stunning. It is a lot of fun to play through. You will not have as much difficulty as I did, probably.
And if you do, clip it and tweet it at Tina.
Yes, please do. Please do. All right, moving on to second place. We have Neo Siege. Woo! Which again, I have to load. I should probably wait until I've loaded it to then announce the name. So this is a more seamless transition.
Hey, that's all right. We figured out the stream.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a professional. Could you believe it?
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, you can always tell for sure. All right.
Here we go. I'm definitely noticing a theme with all these games having great music.
Yes. The nostalgia that this game gives me is... Oh, I was gonna say is unreal, but is that too on the nose?
Oh my... Yeah, probably. It's probably...
I didn't actually mean it that way, but, you know, here we are.
Yeah, this is another great example. I mean, we're going to say this about all of the games. Go play them. They're great. This is another great example, though, if you are watching the stream. I know that bit rates can be kind of rough. This one has a very subtle, like, CRT effect kind of to it that might not translate so well through the stream. And it looks really nice. Like, I understand why you're saying, like, that kind of nostalgic feel to it. you should definitely go check it out in its full presentation glory, because I have a sneaking suspicion that the stream bitrate's probably chewing it up pretty hard.
Yeah, and it's gorgeous too. It really is a very pretty game.
It really is.
It's getting more intense. Wait, no, I wasn't ready. Stop. Wait, no.
Oh, that satisfying screen shake when the attack lands. Love that little detail.
Which I feel like screen shake is one of those things. I actually get motion sick extremely easily. And I feel like this one was done well enough where it adds that emphasis, but it doesn't make you feel nauseous after a little bit.
And that is a whole art and maybe even, arguably a science in and of itself that I think a lot of people don't really consider just naturally. Like, you might not have thought about that, but it's the amount of that kind of kinetic feedback that you give is really important, because without it, everything feels kind of, flat and maybe not as impactful. But if you don't do it right, then you can have exactly what you're talking about, Tina, where it can make you sick or give you a headache or even just kind of be hard to watch. So this seems like a good level. Like, it's present, but it's not like and then shakes for like 20 minutes. It's like a good hit and then you're done. Yeah, exactly. Short duration
running into rocks
is important with screen shake.
I'm scared.
I love it.
I am alone and I am frightened.
You're not alone, Tina. You have all of us here with you. And again, another little detail that, might be easy to overlook if you're, maybe not thinking about it at the time, like just from an audience's perspective, is the different soundtracks between which world you're in. Lets you kind of not only have a visual way of identifying that you have swapped worlds, but also an audio way.
Yeah.
Love it.
There we go.
Woo!
That is our second place finalist.
Love it.
Yeah, lots of fun. It feels very arcade to me, for sure. Yeah. I don't know why, but it does. Neo Siege. Let me catch up on chat here for a second.
No worries.
Yeah, it is wonderful. It's a good time. That one is another good download. If you just, again, I don't mean this negatively. I feel like it sounds negative every time, but it's another good time killer game of just like, you have like 5 minutes of free time. You don't know what else to do with it. You're already at your computer. Just play a little bit of that sort of thing. It's a really good one for situations like that.
Yeah.
All right. Then,
last but certainly not least.
Last, in first place, the first place winner will be winning, as winners do.
Win
the series
win.
Of prizes. First place for the Unreal Engine section will get one AMD Radeon RX. I already said 7600 from AMD. One Space Mouse Enterprise from 3D Connection. A 1-year freelancer game texture subscription from GameTextures.com. 1-year professional membership to IGDA from IGDA. Complete Boom Ultimate Stereo subscription from Boom Library. We Love Indies Music Bundle H for a project of any size from We Love Indies. The absolutely huge animation pack. 1 Stylized Pirate Port City Modular from Style Arts. 1 Future Slums Abandoned / Post-Apocalyptic District from Lee Art Studio. 1 G2 Cyborg Characters from Kwon Fan. 1 $50 Marketplace Credits from Epic Games. Epic Games 2023 Epic MegaJam merchandise. as well as being featured in the highlight on the official Unreal Engine blog, featured in the highlight on the official creator portal, and featured in the form of the 2023 Epic MegaJam Sizzle Reel. Woo, 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 woo. And first place goes to Rolling Back.
Hey!
Pop the confetti! We really need something to boost the hype.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, and there's like great like effects where like it could go down from the top of the screen. I've let everybody down. I'm so sorry. Can we do it again? Can we start over?
It is fine. It's fine. I'll just internalize this. No, it's fine.
You're going to bring it up in my review. So listen, you've been doing a good job, but you didn't bring the confetti for the MegaJam, and I got to be honest with you, that's a deal breaker.
It was a bit of a bummer. It was a bit of a bummer. Yeah. Professionally, total bummer. All right, I've got the game pulled up here.
All right. Here we go. You are on.
Soundtrack on this one makes me want to just
another great soundtrack.
This is Rolling Back. We missed a little bit of the beginning because it goes by kind of quick, but we had a bunch of robots pop up in my friendly neighborhood.
No.
We're gonna deal with them. We're gonna deal with them.
We'll be having none of it.
Oh, I missed. Oh, I missed again.
Oh
no! Wait, hold on.
There we go. That's a 3 combo. You got it.
I got it. Combo 3.
Oh no! I got gears on the mind.
I love the sound hitting the robot.
Nailed it.
Hell yeah.
Again, sometimes the little details are what make it. Like just the little particle effects and everything coming off those robots, giving you, again, a visual kind of indicator as well as an audio indicator of the fact that you've attacked and it connected and everything.
Yes. Oh. All right.
Go for it. Kickflip. Nailed it. All right, first and only attempt. Here we go.
Yes. Yeah. My first attempt. If the whole next several minutes is me just trying to get up this ramp, I want everyone to collectively agree to never talk about it again.
There you go. Like I said,
first
and only attempt.
I'm a gamer. I'm a pro gamer. Thank you very much. All right, let's go fight some robots. Oh wow! Whoa, wait, no, this guy's really aggressive. Wait, hold on. Unprepared for this level of aggression.
Oh, look at that.
Took like half my health. Oh my god.
That satisfying evisceration. Okay, so
you can say that. I don't think you can string those particular words together like that.
Okay, so the first time you picked up a soda, I heard the sound of it popping. And for a second, I thought that came from your mic, but then it happened again. I'm like, there's no way she's drinking 2. It really threw me off for a second. Okay, first off, whoever recorded that and used that audio team, that was brilliant. That sounded so convincing. I actually thought it was really happening for a second. That was amazing.
No, this just turns
you got all your health back, though. You're good.
Popping can ASMR of me opening energy drinks into the microphone repeatedly.
No, it's got to be a different kind of drink every time, and then you got to make them guess. What did I just open?
This is true.
That sounded like a Diet Coke to me.
Can you actually tell the difference? right, what about this one?
No, that was a Dr. Fizz.
Dr. Fizz. Okay.
That exists, I'm pretty sure.
I believe you.
I'm almost positive. If not, you can find me on my next venture, Dr. Fizz Soda.
I love how I missed every single one of those records.
Okay, can we get a playback? Can we get a playback with Tina saying, like, I like how you're missing all your attacks in Fat Elvis?
I told you it would come back around. I told you. I had to get my wins when I could, because I knew what was coming.
Oh, I love it.
All
and this is another, again, kind of another example of like a simple concept executed well. Like, I like the idea of it's like, hey, it's like a skateboarding game, but also kind of like a little bit more in like a combat kind of game with the robots and everything there. And that's just an interesting combination of ideas. And you don't see that very often. Like, I think the only thing I can think of even recently that was like this was maybe Roller Drome. It's kind of in the similar idea with that.
I'm gonna get on this rail. I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna go.
I'm gonna do it.
Tony Hawk is watching.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, dude.
Oh, that was so close.
Tony Hawk.
I gotta do it for Tony Hawk. I think that's one of my favorite things. It's just out of context quotes. I want to just post somewhere, I gotta do it for Tony Hawk, Tina 2023.
All right, I will fight this robot now.
Nailed it. Ooh, new park.
Do you see that? There's that rail that goes all the way out.
There is, and there's also 12 bots.
I got
it. Here we go.
That's fine.
First
that doesn't matter.
attempt.
What matters is don't worry. Don't worry.
First only attempt. Hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, that nothing happened. That doesn't count.
Nope. All right.
I will turn around. Hold on.
Line it up.
Don't worry. Don't worry, I got this.
First and only attempt. Here we go. Nailed it. No! Oh, there you go.
No! Oh, God. No!
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we put Tina behind the wheel.
I mean, it's basically like confetti.
Yeah.
It may be robots. Close enough. All right. This will be my last big battle.
Oh, yes, it will. Here
Literally.
Oh! You beat it already. Great job, Tina.
It's because I'm a pro gamer.
Dude, that
we talked about
you're so good. It was a blink and you miss it. I almost didn't even catch that. Oh, love it. Absolutely.
Anyway.
Love it. Are you catching up on chat?
That was our yeah, I am. That was our top winner of the UE section of UE finalists. So good. I cannot express enough just how much fun we had going through all of these different submissions. A lot of them are just so well done. I feel like I'm saying the exact same thing over and over this whole time through, but it's because it's true. I mean, there were just so many incredible projects that people put a lot of time and effort into, and it's hard. Mega jams are freaking hard, and I know they are. And the fact that y'all were able to make actual full playable experiences like this is mind-blowing, and you should be proud of yourselves for doing it, because it's hard. It's really hard. And
100%.
They're fun. They're so much fun. These are games that I would 100% just pick up and play again on my own whenever, regardless of them being part of a jam or not. So a huge round of applause and congratulations to, of course, everyone who won, but also to just everyone who participated, because the Mega Jams, they literally would not be what they are without you and you making these incredible games. So thank you so much for being part of this and enjoying the experience with us.
At the risk of repeating myself too much, I 100%, like, you know, there's, by nature of this, there can only be so many winners, but anybody who successfully, and even if you weren't successful, even if you're like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna sign up for the Mega Jam, and then you got into it, and for whatever reason you weren't able to submit or finish, the fact that you even jumped into that water is a win in my book, because like Tina said, it's hard. It is a lot of work. It is a short turnaround. It's intense. And again, we don't really give you guys a lot of time to prep. It's kind of like, here's a theme, go. Like, so for everybody who went out of their way and participated in this, thank you. It was awesome. We love seeing it. We love that you do it. We love, you know, having you a part of this whole process and this community and everything. And it's awesome. You guys are all winners in my book. I know that's cheesy as heck to say, but like, actually, like if you did it, awesome. That is so cool.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this. I also, before we wrap up, I want to give another big thank you to Dan for not only simultaneously helping me talk through this show today, but also still running it and just doing a phenomenal job as always. So thank you so much, Dan, for being here and splitting your attention and doing things. Hey, I mean, I fell off every single game, so.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for the community for showing up and being a part of all this, not only just the Mega Jam, but the streams in general. Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then the other big thank you I want to give out is, of course, to Sky, who, again, unfortunately, we couldn't have her on here as one of our physical guests, but she is absolutely incredible. She was the driving force, again, behind a lot of the Mega Jam and a lot of the initiatives and everything that you saw go on and around this year. So I cannot thank her enough for the amount of time, effort, and love that she put into this. And it was a great one, and it's in huge part because of you and your contributions. So thank you so much, Sky. Wish you were here, but I understand the internet gods are fickle. They are fickle and they are cruel. But for anyone curious, we will be having, of course, our another annual Epic MegaJam next year, so keep an eye out for it. We can't give out too many specifics yet, but just keep an eye out around the same time next year, and you know, we'll see you when we see you. I don't know how I could make that sound. I was trying to go for cool, but I feel like I waited too long. There was too long of a pause, so it went into awkward instead of cool. Which is like 90% of my life, honestly.
I think that was the title of your autobiography, right?
Yeah, waited too long, so it went from cool to awkward. But yeah, big thank you again to everyone, and especially Sky. Thank you so much. And that's it for today. If you missed any part of the stream earlier, no worries. We post all of our streams, including this one, in video format that can be viewed on demand on both our Twitch and YouTube at Unreal Engine. You can also keep up with us if you're interested in learning the latest news of what else is going on all of our socials at Unreal Engine, as well as, I remember to take a breath. Oh my god. If you're not already, please come join us on our forums. There's so much that goes on there. If you have questions that you need answered, as well as if you just want to meet other developers and learn new things, we have tutorials. We have freaking everything. I'm forgetting everything, but there's so much there. So come join us on the forums if you haven't already. It's a wonderful time. And we will see y'all next week for our next episode of Inside Unreal. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and see y'all later. Bye.
Bye, y'all.